Indeed. A slow counter.
You forget I can hear you.
I know. No, I know you can. That's why I say it.
Hello, summoners. Welcome to another pulse pounding,
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
lightning inducing, tower ascending episode of a Monster Rancher's Guide Summoner's War. I am the enchanted AztecOlmec.
Very,
But it wouldn't
the
be a proper
enchanting.
episode. Wouldn't be a proper episode if I didn't have the reappraised Lightstar 777 with me.
What is up, fellow summoners, ranchers all? How are you all doing out there today? Aztec, my friend, another week has passed, and I must ask, how the heck are you?
I'm great, man. Things are going super good. Super, super good. So, yeah, finally got Elite up and running. Finally, 6-starring Samantha on the show today.
Nice.
And I'm going to get some help from you, Lightstar 777, on some reapping and some reappraising. And
you know what? In honor of that, I will 6-star Cigar on the show with you then. And then all I need is one more Rainbow Mon, and I'll be able to 6-star Triton.
Would you like a Charger Shark to add to your,
tempting.
your collection?
Tempting.
I wish I can give you one of my 5-star Charger Sharks. See, I treat Charger Sharks just like Rainbow Mon that I have to level up. So all of the sharks, all of the golems. There's a couple of other units that I just use strictly for 5-star food.
When wow. I see them, you know, that's genius. I just use them to level up Rainbow Mon because, you know, if I don't have a Rainbow Mon for that occasion, I don't know what we're doing here, so.
Yeah.
But let us tell people.
So how are you doing?
You know what? I'm doing good. I am doing good. Thank you for asking. So we're just going to tell you what we are going to talk about today. I went ahead and had gotten a couple packs, so I finished the 125 experiment, and around 86, I did in fact get the second Rika, which I could not be happier about. Very, very happy to have a second Rika. I love dot teams. I love how that works. Yes. So for me, that's creepy lighting. 1 second. It got dark outside. It's not my fault. Okay, hold on.
In the Sunshine State, how did it get dark outside?
You know, passing cloud and such.
I hear you.
All right, well, that was fun. Anywho, yeah, definitely we are going to talk a little bit more about that. We are going to talk about, of course, nerfing, which is all the rage these days, as cocky...
new units, new nerfs.
You know, and it's specific. It is one unit that is getting the axe, which is Kaki, the fire Onimusha. So, very interesting. Yeah. I'm very intrigued by this, but we are going to talk all about that. This will bring up some PTSD that we will talk about, some nerfing that has happened in the past in this game, so... And we are going to talk a little bit of No Man's Sky. We are going to, as Aztec said, help re-up and enchant his Lucian runes. As you may have saw, I have gotten Suiki, the water Onimusha, and
I really like a lot.
Yeah. Definitely. So we're going to talk a little bit about him. I did get the Wind Onimusha then from the scroll that they give you.
Yes.
And then we are going to talk about how I am saving up for a minor, will be nowhere near JD level, birthday summons. So
Ken's birthday is the 29th of March. Happy early birthday. So glad you're saving up, and we will be happy to, see the results of that birthday summons on this particular, not this particular show, but this show, this podcast.
indeed.
So that's awesome. Glad you're turning 15 again. That's very cool. Gotta tell me how you do it.
Right?
So, talking some No Man's, do you think we can squeeze in a little WandaVision by way of the end?
Oh, we're going to try. I'm just getting salty at the chat. 1 second.
No problem. Who is chatting? Who's chatting you up, Lightstar?
Oh, nobody. People are saying that, it's a fail to have 6-starred Cigar, and, yep. So,
What?
yep. Cigar fail. And
That's
so I responded with, toxic chat. Where would we be without you?
not understanding why. What is I kind of like Cigar's kit. I don't.
Me
know
too.
Why all of the toxicity?
Hey, best not
What
to
channel
feed
are
the
you in?
best not to feed the trolls. 112. But
I love that too. Best not to feed the trolls.
So you know what? Let us just go knee deep into this ridiculousness and talk about this madness. So, Fire Onimusha was just released, and within 3 or 4 days, they are already nerfing him. Now, I have some thoughts, okay? I mean, as we all knew I would have thoughts, right? Nice.
Absolutely.
No, that's not bad either. Speed, good. And that rune, you know what? No, I can't tolerate that rune. So, let me focus. So, we all know I am a big proponent of AJ trying to level up Kamatau, the dark Minotaurus. And
yes,
even with, extremely well runed, he does, 10,000 maybe on a good hit?
Yeah.
Right? But he can get 0 buffs.
Because of his passive.
Right.
Yeah.
He can't get
buffs
at all.
Have the 100% damage increase.
Correct.
Yeah,
but
because of his passive.
You have Kaki, who is the Fire Onimusha, who on his S1 with no defense break or anything can do 16,000 damage. Now,
which is kind of crazy.
How can that possibly stand? I mean, don't get me wrong. Right, and not making a critical, so you shut down Mihos and everything else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like as a player, I have learned how to deal with Mihos, so they don't bother me quite as much as they used to. I feel somewhat comfortable dealing with them, but at the same time, you have a unit that, and not, not even just that, his, S2 hits everybody for, 10,000. And if he gets a violent proc, you're basically saying he's doing, 26,000 damage back-to-back with no setup. It's not oh, I had to bring a
Absolutely.
galleon and I had to defense break everybody. It's not like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's just, if that's not broken, I don't know what it is. And I get it. I get that it's designed to be a Miho killer, and I still maintain that it probably still will be a Miho killer. It will probably still work the way it's intended. But, for
Right.
example, you know, in Childish's Discord, like they have been going
Hmm.
back and forth where people are like, well, he's not that tanky, so what does it matter if he does that kind of damage because you know it's not like he has a chance to do that damage because if you have a turn one control team, they're going to stop him.
Right.
Like, you know, but I mean, in that logic, at the same time, it's like, well, that's not really true. If you have will runes or shield runes or something, and you
Hmm.
survive, he's going to just mop that team up. And we've seen it. He's like, just
Right.
anybody who's gotten that fire unit has literally dumped all of their resources into them because he's just that powerful that this 4-star unit is basically wiping out like L&D Nat 5s like it's nobody's business. And again, I will wait and see what the nerf actually is. But I mean, I don't even like calling it a
Okay.
nerf. I like to call it a balancing, like Come2Us is calling it, because
So
again, I would rather the game be balanced. Like, don't get me wrong, I want the
right.
unit still, even with knowledge that he might not be where he was. I still would love to get
Right.
that unit because I think he could still have an interesting kit and interesting
So
like,
what is in your
talents.
experience? Yeah. So I know you got the water and wind one. Have you
hmm
built any of them? What's been your? I haven't gotten any of them, which
So
sucks.
right now,
But
my water one is 6-starred because I
right.
decided to do that for the event so that I could complete his board. Because otherwise, if you don't
Mhm.
level up one of them, you get left in the dust, so to speak. And you know me, I like to complete events, so it was
Yes.
important to me. But he's level 30, and oh yeah, I knew this wasn't going to end well. Let's just hit auto and see what happens. The thing is, I feel like he's very great at what he does. Like, the longer a battle goes on, the
Yes.
harder he starts hitting, and
Right.
you know, he gets, he does. Here, I'll just read his kit while we're talking about him. But I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you. What's great is you compared him to Kamatau, and Kamatau passive it caps at 100% for his attack buff. With the water Onimusha, it can scale all the way up to about I think 240. I think the from what I researched and what I put in my notes, I think 240 is the cap. So he can keep stacking every time a unit goes, rather either if it's on an ally unit or an enemy unit, he'll stack 10% more for his attack damage bonus, and
mm-hmm.
up to about 240, which is almost double the amount of Kamatau's passive buff. So yeah,
Right. And I
you
mean,
have a pretty good.
and like, here's my thing. Like, and I haven't even tried this yet,
Mhm.
but just again,
Right.
learning from what he's got. Like, if I were to put this monster with, say, Sylvia or, the twins, where they're taking
Right.
multiple turns, you know, he's going
Yes.
to stack that all the faster. And then, he recovers HP by, damage inflicted, attacking all
Yeah.
the enemies. And his S1,
Excellent.
he's recovering HP. So, and he's doing a defense down. So, like, to me, that's really great. Like, the fact that he's kind of like a self sustainer, like the Water Barbarian King, but at the same time, he's
Or he's like
also.
Goldberg a little bit. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, to me, I think he's really good in his own right. But as far as, like, the anger over the nerf, like, I don't know. I guess I just to me, I don't get it. Because, I don't know.
I think it's just comes from like the history of, nerfing units. I think
But see,
things
I
like
never
the
thought that
twins, like
the
you brought up,
twins nerf was actually a nerf either.
was
Like,
terrible. Yeah, it was more of a
I mean,
balance.
the thing
It wasn't
was,
terrible. It didn't break
like,
the game.
again,
It didn't make you
what
useless.
they were doing was kind of, you know, it was almost like it was almost unfair because they could pretty much sit there and lock down a team and you'd never be
Right.
able to get a turn because like every ability they had was going to either stun you or reduce your attack bar. So you were just never
Yes.
going to get a turn ever. And I mean, not for nothing, but I used to think too that some of the levels in Toa where I would try to use the twins,
Right.
like they weren't that helpful because, you know, I should stop hitting auto. I don't do so well. But like that's the thing. Like you know, they wouldn't function because there were people who needed to take a turn to clear immunity. Like if I didn't have a
Right.
monster that was doing strip, and they wouldn't do it because, again, they were just reducing their attack bar, they're reducing their attack bar, and even if I took over
Yeah.
manual control, sometimes it was minutes I would have to spend just to get to the monster to take one turn so I could actually try to deal with it, And I mean, I guess,
Right.
like, so to me, when they removed the attack bar reduction, I was like, alright. Like, it didn't bother me because that wasn't the only thing about them that I thought was great. Like, I thought the turn cycling, I thought the teamwork component were all incredible, things that they were doing. And
Good point.
it just never bothered me that much.
It didn't bother me that much either. It didn't totally reduce them to, uselessness. I mean, I still use the twins in Dragons and in Necro to this day,
I
with
still
no
use
problem.
them in
And
Toa and things to this day as well because they're good
right,
units regardless of anything else.
I hear you. Excellent.
But I mean,
So,
again, so I will wait and see. I'm erring on the side of I don't think it's like. I mean, again, I feel like it's a hard position because you can't just say, oh, well, we're going to, basically refund everything somebody put effort into because, we're going to
yeah,
change
they're
how it
definitely not going
works.
to refund.
But, at the same
Yeah,
time, and I mean, and I get that. I get that, there are going to be some players that are mad. But, like, whether it happened this quick or it happened in a month, like, I feel like they would have been just as mad about it. And I'm not saying I either agree or disagree with that. I'm just saying,
right.
they weren't going to not be angry that, unit that they love and, they spent all this, energy, but at the same time, it's like if you have a unit that can just completely break the game, like, well, where's the fun in that anymore? Like, and I mean, I get it. Like, it'll let
It
people who
really isn't.
otherwise wouldn't be able to rise up the ranks of, like RTA or such, and maybe that would be a good thing. But at the same time, if a lot of them are, the players who are already doing good at RTA, why should they
Yeah,
get even more like advantage like because again if somebody had that unit and they fought you when you're just starting out on RTA you could pretty much just sign off because they're going to beat you like I
that's
mean
it.
but that's the thing
It's a
like
wrap.
it's just like if they got it and you didn't ban it or something and then they had like a Miho and everything else and now you don't really have a counter because you had to base it around not having that one unit, like, I don't know. It's just, I like when it's a team effort, like a team lift, not one
Yes.
character that's doing tens of thousands of damage every single time it moves. Like,
Right.
But again, I'll wait and see. I don't have him. Even if I do get him, I'm not going to be that upset that because again, it's like the twins. It's like Molong. Molong got nerfed, and people still use him all over the place. So
Absolutely.
again, I don't think nerfs are the game-breaking things people treat them like. But yeah, that's my 2 cents, and yeah.
We have to see what the nerf's exactly going to be, for me to make a educated decision on it. But
Right.
they haven't in the past. They haven't been that bad. I don't know of one unit that's been nerfed to oblivion. If anything, a lot of units that were kind of useless got buffs over the last, I would say, year to 2 years.
Right.
You know,
And I mean, and like I said,
great
it's like
example
it's
is
almost like Molong. Like everybody was like, "Oh, they
right.
completely ruined him," but yeah, I see him all the time in RTA. Like, so obviously he's not that ruined
Yeah, I
yet.
mean, not at all. I mean, the Fairy King's got an awesome buff. So they're they do a little bit of attack bar reduction, kind of like not as much as Ganymede, who's kind of like the go-to for attack bar reduction, but simple things like this. I mean, the Fairy Kings didn't necessarily need off; they were pretty good by themselves. But guess what? Let's make this unit that's a 5-star unit even better. You
Mm-hmm.
know, 2As. I mean, don't even get me started on the 2As. Look how many of those units were just littering everybody's storage box until
The
2As
storage
rolled
defense
along.
force was
Now
full
they
of 2A monsters.
thank you. And now look at all of the 2As that are comparable to 5-stars now.
Mm-hmm.
So look how happy we were to get a Miho or to get a Sath or a Thrain or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially from these L&D scrolls. Now we're happy to get 3 stars. We don't necessarily have to get Lightning in order to enjoy an L&D an L&D scroll. That's a 3-star now. So
Right.
I mean, I don't know how many games are really digging into their roster and then buffing characters or second
Well,
awakening characters and such like that.
and I mean, not for nothing, but I used to play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes a lot more, and
Yes.
admittedly, I have not played it recently at all. But something that made me stop enjoying that game as much was that essentially you'd have like 6 months in between
Right.
like these banner characters that were like, all things to all people, right? And
I hear you.
I mean, it'd be like, say, Chewbacca. He would come out, right? And you'd
Right.
have Chewbacca, and it would completely change everything. But, like, you'd have to, like, level up, like, these 5 obscure characters that all use the exact same gear. And so it's not enough to just level them up and then get the materials to ascend them and then get the equipment to put on them to increase their gear level. Like, you had to do that like with the same gear and the same people. So it was like it was purposely
Yeah.
designed around making it as hard as possible for you to do it without using their in-game currency. Which, yeah, they gave you
That
in-game
kind of
currency
sucks.
like
You know,
crystals,
it's,
but it was
yeah.
just unlike this game where, a lot of it is about strategy. It was just like every character was like meta until 6 months from then when they would release the next character that would completely destroy that character. And it was like it made me always
Yeah,
feel like
that's
I
rough,
could
man.
never actually
That's really
have a
rough.
chance. It was like, okay, I spent all this time, I spent all this energy, I made all this effort, and now, like, it was a waste because it's like, oh, well, now this, one Jedi who can basically, solo everything is here, and, so, yeah, good luck. But, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I get balance patches, I get nerfing, I get all of these things, but for me, time and time again, it's going to come back to the fact that I don't mind anything they've done in this game so far. Like, I mean, when I've heard people raging about, some of these, like, nerfs, like I said, like the twins and everything else, like, I didn't think it was that terrible. I didn't think it was that, much of a hardship. So, I mean, for my money, I still think this game is very accessible because, there are people on day one in their account that get like, L&D Nat 5s,
We've seen it.
and it's like, I mean, the rest of the time they play, that account is going to be like gold because they have like a unit that, is something that like thousands of people wish they had, So I don't know. I mean, for me, like I said, I'll wait and see, but I always err on the side of, I would always rather them not have game-breaking monsters, Like, have something competitive. Like, make Kaki competitive. Make him still something that, is to be feared and that people are, they're coveting and all of that. Like, make the spirit of him, but, like, yeah, reduce his damage a little, because how many monsters with zero setup are going to do 16,000 damage? Like, it's just out of line.
S1.
On S1,
Oh.
So...
I want to take a second to shout out your cool T-shirt. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
It's looking very, very, very Spock-like. Very cool. It's got the phaser in arm's reach, folks.
It's actually a universal
I don't think it's
remote.
stun either.
I don't know if I've charged it recently.
Very cool.
I need to charge it.
Still, but it's in arm's length.
Arm's
and
length.
It's not set on stun. It's definitely set on input because it's a universal.
Oh, this team is about to destroy me.
You always say that, and then guess what happens?
They destroy me.
You destroy them.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, no, I love your Mobile Suit Gundam shirt.
Thank you, bro. Went to Comic-Con, had to get it exclusive there. 40 years of Gundam stuff, starting way back in with Mobile Suit Gundam, and the RX-78 started it all. So yeah, I'm a big Gundam fan. It's just, I mean, I like a lot of the.
Have you ever gotten any of the models to put together?
No, I never got into the.
I told you, I never even got a turn. Did you see that? Yep.
I did not. It's wow. Overall, I did not notice that you didn't get a turn. Wow. But no, I never got into the model sets. It was strictly all about the anime. Gundam Wing is hands down my favorite. Followed by Gundam 00. Gundam X was excellent also. But I won't bore you. We'll have to put up that anime channel so I can,
Yes.
I'll
do it today. I'm going to do it today. It's on my agenda.
How much Gundam I like.
It's on my to-dos.
I hear you. I appreciate it, man. But
so 6-starring Samantha, are you going to get more into arena, RTA, things like that now? Is that the plan?
That is the plan. That
Nice.
is the absolute plan. This is why 6-starring, a lot of these RTA heavy units, things like Samantha and Daphnis and even the Fire Polar Queen, which I just pulled. I don't think I 6-starred yet. Brandia. So all of these kind of these units that are RTA focused, I'm going to getting situated, getting ruined, and getting 6-starred so that we can do some of our competitive RTAing, as we like to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
you know what?
It's starting up.
I feel like we should do the spoilers for WandaVision. Just talk about WandaVision. As per usual, we're going to do 3 minutes. I'm going to wait until we hit an even minute here. And then, which should be about 40 seconds. So, for anybody that does not want spoilers, I'm going to clap this 3 times, okay? When I'm done clapping it, 3 minutes of spoilers, okay? Alright, ready? Here goes. You better take the headphones out when you see this board again.
1.
Alright, cool. So, Harkness, I know in the comic books she, was kind of helping Wanda along. Loved that she called her the Scarlet Witch. Loved that.
Yes.
I really enjoyed. I mean, I had always kind of predicted that, at the beginning, it was going to be that her parents loved those kinds of shows and that there was that nostalgia element for her. But to just see it all come together and to know that my theory regarding the fact that the director knew exactly what was doing and that they did stage that video showing Wanda busting it up and taking Vision's body. And the ending, of course, where we see a duplicate Vision, what I think is they used some of her power to simulate the Mind Stone. And in the end, they will end up fighting with fake Vision, and she's going to merge because I think what she has created in Westview is the mind of Vision and his mentality, and she's going to fuse that with the body that they built, or rebuilt, rather. That's my thought.
So, shout out to you for theory crafting absolutely correctly that they fixed the video of her storming the castle.
Have fun storming the castle, boys. Do you think it'll work? It would take a miracle.
Princess Bride, absolutely. Which reminds me of the Princess Bride.
Don't get sidetracked.
Opening scene in Dead. Anyway, we're definitely going with tangent. But one thing I want to bring to your attention, if you notice, the witches in the in the first scene when they were trying to restrain Agatha, if you notice, all of them were using powers with the same colors as the Infinity Gems.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the Chaos Magic was red. The if you notice, Agatha's magic is always purple.
Which
kind of like
does kind of track with what they said about the fact that those stones were created at the beginning of the universe. So saying that power is out there and that is accessible.
Yes, absolutely. And I was super excited to see the book in the basement. And that book is, I'm guessing, with about a 98% accuracy rate, that's the Darkhold, which is a book that is in a bunch of different Marvel titles, usually the ones that are more mystic, like the Doctor Stranges and the Ghost Riders and such like that. Darkhold is basically the oldest book of evil magic in the Marvel universe. And I'm 98% sure that we saw it in hanging out in Agatha's basement. So that just opens up a whole world of plot lines and storylines and such like that.
All right.
Geeking out.
All right.
Boy.
You have anything else? Real quick, like 10 seconds.
Nope. Good.
All right. We're done.
Cool.
All right, cool. So, no more spoilers about that. I'm just going to drop the clapboard. That's all. That's fine. All fine. We're all good here. How are you?
Fine. It's all fine. Fine.
Okay, so going back, so since we're going to get ready to summon here in the next little bit, we are still continuing the project. Aztec is still tracking towards his 125 mark. He has yet to get it.
Maybe today.
So again, now this is by no means actual real life, because I saw somebody who had like 100 what was it? 100 light and dark scrolls on a schizophrenic video.
Yes.
Did you see this video?
I did not.
So in 100 L&D and like in 100 L&Ds and like a handful of other scrolls, he got about 7 or 8 Nat 5s, and 5 of them were L&D Nat 5s.
The rates are totally different.
Oh, I know.
Nat 5, so that is
and
brilliant.
He almost had back-to-back lightning several times. So, yeah, he like it was out of control. It was definitely.
Can you send that link to me so I can put that in our?
Yes, I will pull it.
I'd love to see that.
I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to send it to you. We will have it in the notes after it is all said and done. But yeah, that was just kooky. How amazing! Like I've never seen it. Like Bagel said, I've never seen anything like that before ever. So I mean, I know that we're
up on screen.
Yeah, and I know we are doing this experiment just to test the theory, but you know, again, I think that we will be proven right that, you know, if you have a few hundred scrolls, you should get a few 5 stars. So, and given that it did it for me, I think moving forward, I am going to be more like that, where I save up the bulk of my scrolls so I can, you know, I can focus more on, you know, the units I do have and be building those units and not always like, oh, now we've got this new thing, now I have to pretty much start over and like rebuild something.
Distracting.
Right.
Yeah, we're dying the wolf summoners. I think we have enough units. Honestly, I'm going to start spending packs on runes, of course, because runes are few and far between, even with all of the, well, I should say good runes. Good runes are few and far between, even with all this auto farming. So I am going to kind of switch gears a little bit from, of course, we're going to do our weekly summons because that's just what we do here in MRGTSW. But yeah, I'm going to focus less on units because we have units. It's one thing we have. I mean, we got units. So, but definitely runes.
Look at these units. Aren't they neat? Wouldn't you say my collection's complete?
Close. I mean,
wouldn't you say I'm a summoner that's got everything?
Dude, that is honestly one of my favorite Disney movies. So,
great one.
Anyway, sure is. Aztec needs a little help.
Yes, let us do that real quick, and then we can do our summons. I will gift you 3 of my mystical scrolls for the occasion.
Okay, very cool.
Watch, I get Nat 5. That would just be my luck, you know. I have the better luck when I summon like next to nothing.
Well, that would also kind of screw up the ratio a little.
I'm okay with screwing up the ratio.
Especially if you get a new toy, right?
Indeed.
So, I had a question about, you know, to re-app or to, you know, enchant.
I would only re-app a legend rune. So go to reappraisal first and check what quality it is.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that rune is not even worth thinking about reappraising. I mean, if you were going to do anything with it, I would maybe use some of your, like, re-up stone, or not re-up stones, but like the grinds, maybe, to do it. But, I mean, even then, if you don't have a ton of grinds just sitting around waiting, I would not.
I kind of do.
You have a lot of grindstones?
So this one is, I have a couple of grinds, but this one is definitely slot through rage rune, legend runes, but it's pretty good.
So I mean, you got 2 points out of the crit damage, and you have 2 points out of the attack, and not much else. So I mean, it's a 4 out of 9. So it's not even a 50%. So, I mean, you could reappraise it a few times and see how you do.
Okay.
I mean, mainly what you want
Let's do it.
is you want crit rate, crit damage, and attack. And whatever else you
Yes.
can get, hopefully a percentage. But, like, that's definitely worth at least taking a shot at.
Okay, I'm gonna try 3 times and see what happens. How about that?
Love it.
3, 2, 1, and reappraise. So probably not. I think I'll
Well,
or well crit rate,
yeah,
crit
no,
damage, and
because all
accuracy.
you're really getting is the accuracy on that one. Yep, no, I'd keep your attack crit damage for now.
Yeah, accuracy for resistance. One more time, 3, 2, 1, and reappraise.
Your screen died on my end.
It sure did.
Sure did.
Trust me, wasn't anything too special in that reappraisal.
What did it have?
Defense, flat defense percentage, resistance. Just not something I need for a DPS unit. And one more time, 3, 2, 1, reappraise. Okay, decent crit rate, but that's about it.
Right, but remember, you want crit rate, and if you have grindstones, you might be able to change one back over to crit damage.
Hmm.
Oh, you've already chosen. Never mind. So that part where you wanted my help, you were just going to ignore it. Got it.
No, not at all. We still got. Do we have
Mm-hmm.
some time?
We have like 3 minutes till the timer buzzes in my head.
Okay. Let's reappraise one more time, or 2 more. I got stones. It's okay.
No.
3, 2,
I saw
1,
like
and reappraise.
50,000 flat things on that rune. I was like, absolutely not.
I hear you. Yeah, got some grinds. So let's try to rephrase it one more time.
So you need to get your triple S's going so you can ground out some more. I mean, again, it's great defense and resistance. I mean, if you needed it for a unit that needed those, but I mean, you know, to build a Fat Lucian, you need crit rate, you need crit damage, and attack power. Like, that's it.
Yeah,
And
crit
speed
rates.
subs are nice as well.
Crit rate is not there. Crit damage is there. 213. So I got to find a way to balance that out a little bit.
See, I mean, my
Well,
Lucian is not even that well runed, and he's 209 crit damage, but he's 85% on crit rate. But he's got plus
that's good.
1036 attack. Yeah, I
Anything
mean,
over 70, good times.
but I mean, these runes aren't even that good. Like, this is, yep, that's a rare rune. Haven't found anything to replace that with yet because, again, I want the crit rate, I want the crit damage and all. So, like, even I could find probably a better rune form at some point. It's like this. This might even pan out better as a rune, but.
You, you got a visitor.
Hello, Demon Cat.
No, this is the one you like.
Oh, this is Leo. Okay, hello, Leo. Okay. His coloring looked funny in the green screen, that's all. Actually, see, I already decided I won't even bother wasting my time leveling up this rune for possibly Lucian because it doesn't have at least one of the crit rate or something. So, you see, that's what I mean.
Gotcha.
His runes are not that great, and
Okay.
that is troubling.
It's okay. You will always get more runes.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah. So let us look at if I have any weekly things to do. Nope. And nope. Okay. Say I have 109 reappraisal stones, so you can see how much I do it.
Yeah, I have about 60. Wait, no, I'm sorry. Maybe about 40, 45 or so.
Yeah, I think 3 weeks is going to be it. A dragon and an archangel. Maybe I'll do some exclusive summonings then. But as you see, I've already got 42 mysticals. I've got 8 wind, 39 water, 2 fire, 6 L&D, 2 legendary water. So
yeah.
So it won't be a JD level summon, but you know what? I'll still be happy enough with whatever I'm able to save up here in the next few weeks.
I hear you. So I'm guessing it's summon o'clock.
It is summon o'clock.
And it looks like you have space too, which is great. So
for all 3 of mine,
probably
yes.
about 20. I know you're gonna do about 3 just to take care of your.
I'm going to do 3, and then I'm going to do a bunch of unknown scrolls just because I'm trying to get a lot of fodder together to level up Rainbow Mons and things. So.
Okay. Should I count it down?
Please and thank you.
3, 2, 1, and. Well, sorry. I did false start as usual. I'm gonna do 20 mysticals and 2 of my legendaries.
Nice. I'm all for it. I'm still only giving you 2 more scrolls.
3, 2, 1.
No lightning for me.
For the last, I would say 3 days, I have been lightningless. And then as I say that,
you get lightning? Nice.
Another water dryad.
There you go.
Actually pretty helpful.
Did you have one already?
It's gonna be the one? Third.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Hey, you never know. It could turn out like Melia, and one day those are like the bee's knees.
And she has a bee floating around her, if you notice when you awaken her. So that's funny that you said that.
Oh, I'm aware. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, we have to, maybe next show we can do an update on your Trickaroo team.
Trickaroo.
Or the Sathatu team.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'm about to round out 20. So I got 2 more, and I got the 2 legendaries, so. And 1 more. Dude, I have been light on lightning. Okay. Ready for the 2 legendary?
I am. Gonna get a 5-star for sure. You are. You're gonna get a 5-star. It's gonna be great.
You say so. Whoa.
Told you.
Oh no.
That's okay.
What do I do?
You already have him. You turn him into a blessing, a splendid blessing.
Should I do that like now and then the next one, the next Nat 5? Or...
Yeah, maybe.
I feel so bad for people that don't have a mow long.
Why?
Like, I pulled them, almost 2 years ago, and I have two. That's nuts. Crazy.
Hey, but at least you got lightning, so see? We have once again
Oh, yes.
proven what we were looking for, that within 125 scrolls, theoretically you should get a Nat 5. Just saying.
And both of them were dupes.
Hey,
Should I crystal them? I don't know.
well, keep him for
what do you
now.
think?
Keep him from now and think about it.
Keep them for now. I don't want to make an impulse decision because I'm all wrapped up. Should I do one more legendary?
Yeah, you said you were going to. Why not?
I will.
And then maybe we can both just limit ourselves to 3 scrolls a week, and then, look, lightning. Not bad. Skill ups.
Arjun. Excellent. Definitely. 100%. Whoa. It's almost 2 years. It's honestly, because my summiversary is coming up. It's almost 3 years to the day where I got my other Molong.
That's funny.
Crazy. 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 Crazy.
Crazy, crazy. Does is crazy.
Dude, I'm blown away. I don't even know how 2 Molong would work. Like in one RTA team. Would that even be a thing?
Well, no, because you can only have one of any monster.
Yeah. So not a
But I mean,
huge-
an arena
no,
team.
Not gonna make
I mean, if
maybe
you
we should
wanted
leave
it,
this up to
the
maybe we should
community.
lift this up to our Discord people. Yeah, see if we can make a
There you go.
a Molong.
I mean, I know I have
Christopher,
more than enough reason to build a second Rika, so
Oh yeah, absolutely. But 2 Molongs, I don't know. But regardless, I think we'll leave that up to people in our Discord, or if obviously if you're watching on YouTube, definitely leave a comment. See if I should keep Molong, this dupe Molong, of course. I wouldn't never crystal one that I never, didn't have already. But a dupe Molong or should I crystal him for another blessing? So I think that'll be a cool thing for our Discord people to weigh in on. And whoever I decide, or even whoever I don't decide, will get a little bit of swag, a little bit of MRGTW swag.
nice.
Why not?
Swag for
Little
days.
incentive.
So who you shouting out?
Who are we shouting out?
I beat you.
You did beat me. I'll take the bait, no problem. Who can I shout out? Let's see. I am going to shout out. You know what? I'm going to shout out an awesome restaurant that we go to way too much here in Roselle, New Jersey. Giant Tequilas. They've been really fighting through the pandemic. I also want to shout out Kona Grill. It's another place that we like to go to a whole lot, and they're doing their thing through this whole pandemic, and hopefully, springtime they'll be able to open up fully. But just two very, very good. Havana Central. If you like Cuban food and you're in,
Cuba.
Central to North Jersey, there's another great place that is really, pulling their way through all of these really difficult times. So, 3 places that we like a lot, and just want to shout them out because they are still providing excellent quality food and service through all of this pandemic. So, definitely Havana Central, Giant Tequilas, and Kona Grill. Shout out to you guys.
I want to shout out, everybody in our Discord, Ferentes, Dumbledore, Hyungun, DSC Justin, everybody, and a new friend that we have made recently who I love watching her streams, and she's very funny, great artist. Beans, she is just super
Shout out to
cool. She is very supportive. She's been very kind about my limited Genshin abilities and things like that. So she is very very cool. If you have not seen her, go check out her channel on Twitch. She is very
Yeah, absolutely.
cool. What she can do with
Link
Microsoft
in the
Paint,
description.
most people can't do with, like, a drafting table. So, definitely very talented individual.
Impressive.
Makes, fan art for people. So, um, and, just everybody out there, the whole community, keep being awesome and amazing. Keep making the content, Bagelmon, Childish, like, JD the
Yo, whenever
Gamer,
it makes that I see
Nelly the
new
God,
Pokemon
like,
videos, I know it's gonna be a good day. Yeah, absolutely. I love that guy. But yeah, big shout out to JD the Gamer, Nelly the God, also. Just streamers that and a big shout out to Wu because these are all streamers that have supported and given positive energy to us. So definitely want to shout them out and give that back.
definitely. All right, my friend. Another beautiful week in
So
the
that wraps
books.
it up for this particular episode of A Monster Rancher Guide to Summoner's War. New episodes every Saturday. Hit us up at mrgtsw@gmail. mrgtsw on Twitter. No, sorry. At Ranchers Guide at Twitter. mrgtsw on Instagram.
Yeah.
mrgtsw on Facebook. mrgtsw on Reddit. And Monster Rancher's Guide to the Universe on the Discord. Le Discord.
Indeed. Le Discord?
That's the extent of my French, folks. Sorry.
Bienvenue.
Awesome.
Je suis
thank you,
Napoleon.
See, that was more French than I've probably ever learned.
Avec
So,
piment
that wraps it up
rouge,
for us.
s'il vous plaît.
Impressive.
I'm going to stop now. It's fine.
Oh, we got to shout out all our people in France and Germany who are listening like crazy. So, how do you say
Merci
thank you
beaucoup.
in French?
Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup. That's right.
Dankeschön.
And do you know German?
Of course.
Dankeschön. How did I forget? Jeez. Well, thank you for everyone listening around the world that is hearing us, especially Young Gun in Australia. Don't worry, I'm gonna fatten my Lucian just for you, bud. Just for you.
Super fat. Lucian coming his way.
Live long and prosper, everyone.
Peace and long life.